Hi, welcome to Virtual CB1A. This is Ma'am Rena, and for today's video discussion, we are going to discuss all about substitution rule for indefinite integrals. So let's call this part 1. Bakit part 1? Kasi magre-review pa lang tayo ng derivatives. Again, nasa integrals na tayo, bakit tayo magre-review ng derivatives? So, we know that indefinite integrals or integrals, reverse operation lang yan ng derivatives, right? So, in this lesson, we are going to learn how to get the integral of more complicated functions. On our last topic, we learned how to get or solve for the integral of the following functions. So, for example, we have the integral of the fourth root of x dx. O kaya, the integral of 1 over t cubed dt. Madali lang siya isolve. Kasi isa lang yung factor natin. So, ang dali lang i-reverse ng derivative na operation. But what if you are given the following functions? The integral of 18x squared times the fourth root of 6x cubed plus 5 dx. Diba medyo nakakalula na siya kasi may dalawa kang factors. And aside from that, meron ka pang series of terms sa loob nung radical mo. So, medyo nakakalito siya. Dun sa pangalawa, meron kang numerator, meron kang denominator, parehas silang series of terms. So, we have 2t cubed plus 1 over t raised to the fourth power plus 2t raised to the power of 3 dt. So, ito, kung kukunin mo naman siya, pwedeng traditional yung approach mo sa pagkuha ng integral, but you're going to expand t raised to the fourth power plus 2t raised to 3. Kakapagod siya kasi tatlong beses ka magmumultiply. So, how can we solve for the integral of functions such as this, tong apat? Okay, so first, we have to review the chain rule. So, meron ako ditong example. Palalakihin ko lang siya saglit. Mamaya ako ulit paliliitin. Suppose that we have two functions f of x and g of x. And they are both differentiable. As you can see here, we have the original function, capital F of x, which is the composition of f circle g of x. The derivative of the function f of x is the derivative of your outer function, f, with respect to g of x times the derivative of g of x. Or, if you are going to use notations, pwede mo naman siyang i-let as y is equal to f of u and u is equal to g of x. Again, ganito pa rin yung format niya, f circle g pa rin. Because inside f is g of x. Because inside, or u is equal to g of x. So, the derivative of y is the derivative of y with respect to x is equal to the derivative of y with respect to u muna times the derivative of u with respect to x. Okay. So, I have here one example. I think mas madali kung uunahin natin tong approach number 2 eh. So, our example is use the chain rule to differentiate r raised to z is equal to 5 square root of 5z minus 8. But, I have something with other variables. Medyo malilituhin ako kapag hindi na x yung variable. So, instead of using, lagay ko na lang muna dito sa isang tabi. Instead of using z, I'd like to make use of x. Okay, so paano natin yung gagawin? So, susulat lang natin siya as another function. So, halimbawa, f of x is equal to the square root of 5x minus 8. Yan, ganyan ko na siya isusulat. So, sabi ko nga kanina, parang mas madali kung itong approach number 2 yung gagamitin natin. Okay? So, since generally, we know that f of x is equal to y, right? So, from your advanced algebra. And y is equal to f of u. I-define natin yung dalawang function natin. So, meron tayong f, or unahin muna natin pala yung inner function. Magsimula tayo dito sa loob. Ito, loob siya ha. Ito. So, the inner function will be your g of x. And your g of x is 5x minus 8. Ngayon, saan napunta yung square root? So, si square root, ito naman yung composition nitong dalawa. So, meron kang f of x. Or in this case, hindi muna natin siya ilalet as x. Maglalagay tayo ng isa pang code name for the inner function. So, instead of letting it be equal alone to g of x, kasi kung isusulat mo to, pwede siyang maging f of g of x, right? So, f of g of x is the square root of 5x minus 8. Siya yun. Pero confusing siya. So, si g of x, para hindi siya nakakalito, ilet muna natin siya as our variable u. Okay? So, if you are going to write f of u, you can write this as the square root of u. So, if you have these kind of functions, mas madaling mas madaling kumuha ng derivatives. So, isulat natin dito yung code ni f of u. Ito yung outer function natin. Okay? And remember, g of x is equal to u. Okay? Okay. Now, kunin na natin yung mga derivative nila. So, meron tayong derivative of your inner function at saka derivative of your outer function. Dito sa dalawa, in order for you to get dy over dx, or the derivative of y with respect to x, padadaanin mo muna siya sa derivative ng y with respect to u. Tapos, saka mo siya i-multiply with the derivative of u with respect to x. That way, may eliminate mo yung dalawang derivative of u, yung du natin dito, and you will end up with dy over dx. Simple lang, di ba? So, kunin muna natin yung derivative ni y with respect to u. So, ang gagamitin natin dito ay si outer function. So, ano ang derivative ni y with respect to u? That is equal to, kung meron ka ditong f of u, so f prime of u will be equal to, pwede mo tong isulat as u raised to 1/2, right? And following our rule sa pagkuha ng derivative, if you have a function in the form n x raised to p, ito yung y natin. The derivative of y with respect to x is equal to p times n times x raised to p minus 1. Or, pwede mo rin itong isulat as f of x. This is f prime of x. Okay? So, sana enough na yung review natin. If you still find this difficult, you can always go back to the previous videos that we have on my channel. Panuorin nyo siya hanggang sa ma-recall nyo. Okay? Okay. So, ano ang derivative ni u raised to 1/2? Ang derivative ni u raised to 1/2 ay 1/2 u raised to negative 1/2. 1/2 times 1 is 1/2. 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2. So, pwede nating isulat dito ay 1/2 u raised to negative 1/2. But, u is equal to 5x minus 8. Right? So, du will be equal to 1/2 times 5x minus 8 raised to negative 1 half. Ayan, meron na tayong value ni dy over du. So, the derivative of y with respect to u is 1 half times 5x minus 8 raised to negative 1 half. Now, let's move forward with du over dx. Si du over dx, ang dali-dali lang nito. Kasi ang kukunan mo lang ng derivative ay si 5x minus 8. Anong derivative ni 5x minus 8? Sundan natin ulit yung p times n x raised to the power of p minus 1. So that is 1 times 5 is 5. 1 minus 1 is 0. So tanggal na tong x. Minus the derivative of any constant is 0. So matitira na lang sa'yo ay 5. So since meron na tayong dy du at saka du dx, pagsamahin na natin siya para makuha natin ito. Okay? So, dy over dx is equal to 1 half times 5x minus 8 raised to the power of negative 1 half times 5. Okay. Simplify natin tong unang dalawa. We have 1 over 2 times 5x minus 8 raised to the power of negative 1 half. Ay, positive na siya kasi nasa baba na siya. 1 half na lang pala. Times natin siya to 5. So, numerator by numerator, we have 5 here. And on the denominator, you have 2. Ano ang raised to 1 half? Eh di square root of 5x minus 8. So, this is the final answer for our problem. But, isa pa nga pala, since we are after the variable z, so the integral or the derivative of r of z, so the derivative of r of z is actually equal to 5 over 2 square root of 5z minus 8. Hindi lang ako sanay talaga na ibang variable yung ginagamit aside from x and y. Kaya, sinolve ko muna siya with respect to x. Saka ako siya sinubstitute with respect to z. Okay? So, you have the freedom to choose what approach you want to follow. As long as you will end up with the same value, it's okay. Okay. So, sabi ko nga, ito yung para dito, solution number 2. Paano kung ito yung susundin natin, si 1? Pretty much it is the same. Wala namang masyadong pagkakaiba. But, to show you the illustration, sige, i-solve na rin natin siya. Ng page na ako. Page 4. Okay, clear ko lang tong ating view board. Okay. So, again, hindi ako sanay sa z. So, sulat ko muna siya as f of x is equal to the square root of 5x minus 8. Okay? Okay. So, kunin natin ito. So, we have f prime of g of x. Saan to equal? So, kunin muna natin yung f of g of x mo. So, si f of g of x, combination siya nitong dalawang function. So, si f of g of x, this is actually your f of x. So, it is the square root of 5x minus 8. So, it is the square root of 5x minus 8. It is difficult to get the integral of f of g of x. Kasi si 5x minus 8, series of term siya sa loob. So, mahirap. Paano yung gagawin natin? Maglelet tayo ng certain variable for g of x. So, si g of x, ilet natin siya as 5x minus 8 or equal siya sa u. Ayan. So, itong value natin dito kanina, si f of g of x, pwede mo na siyang isulat as f of u. Okay? So, si f of u ay square root of u, or, palitan natin to ng u. Palitan natin to ng u, ha? We have u raised to the power of 1/2. Kunin natin ang derivative ni u. Ang derivative ni u is 1/2 u raised to the negative 1/2. And since u is equal to g of x, pag isusulat mo to, ulit, magkakaroon ka ng f prime of g of x, or ito yung nawawala sa atin kanina. Yan. Ito ay magiging equal sa 1/2. Replace natin si u by g of x, which is 5x minus 8. Magiging 1/2 times 5x minus 8 raised to the negative 1/2. Now, ang last na term natin ay g prime of x. Ano ang g prime of x? Kunin natin ang derivative nito. Ang derivative ng 5x minus 8 is just 5. Okay. So, meron na tayong dalawang value nung hinahanap natin. This is going to be f prime of g of x times g prime of x is equal to 1/2 times 5x minus 8 raised to 1/2 times 5. Or negative 1/2 pala. Pretty much, pareho siya nung kanina. Ito lang din siya. So, this is going to end up with 5/2 square root of 5x minus 8. Parehas lang yung magiging sagot. Hindi yan magkakaiba. I-transfer lang natin siya sa z. So, kung meron kang r of z, ang r prime of z niya is 5/2 times the square root of 5z minus 8. Okay? Okay. I hope I was able to make this part clear. If you have any questions, please send me a message. So, cut ko muna dito yung part 1 natin. On the next part, mag-work backwards naman tayo. From here, ibabalik natin siya dito. Yan. Kasi sa integrals naman tayo. So, thank you for listening and see you next time. Bye!